Yo, good evening, good people. Y'all know what time it is, baby. It's AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser. And you got the super team of sports talk here with y'all on one half of it. Diego Barishnikov, the Black Dominican Russian, here checking in with my main man, my partner in crime. I like to call him the 6 foot under post up Chad. Tell these people who you are.
What's good people? It's your boy Uncle Hate, broadcasting live here on a Wednesday this week. Your boys AA Sports. We're about to run by the week 15 scores and then talk about week 16. What's good, homie?
Everything good, man. We appreciate y'all as always. This is our, I guess this will be our Christmas edition. I don't know how next week gonna go yet.
Yeah. Tweeting the pics.
Right. Y'all know how the holidays be. But as always, man, we appreciate y'all tuning in. This is episode 206, I believe. Check us out on either podcast platform, whether it be Spreaker or iTunes. Please make sure that you listen to those shows there, but make sure you subscribe and leave some comments. Same thing goes for the YouTube channel if you like to view our ugly ass faces once or twice a week. Everything's good, Hate, man. We're going to get into these week 15 scores. Of course, my boys took an L to the goddamn Falcons. I was not happy about that. However, I kind of had a small little slight feeling that it could be a trap game just based on the people that were out. Right. But even with that, we still should have won that damn game.
Sherm made a lot of difference with Julio.
Sherm, K1, Jaquiski Tart, like we had 3 of our starting secondary members out. And so it pretty much caused us to play differently than what we play. We're pretty much a zone heavy team on that back end. And with everybody being out, the other guys, some of them may not know their assignments quite so much, so it forced us to go man a whole lot. Yeah. I think Atlanta did a great job adjusting because Julio caught fire early. Then there was a stretch in the middle. He kind of quieted down, but then late in the game, they started to put him in the slot where he couldn't be doubled. And we just kept losing him. So all good. We lost 29-22. I don't want to say a loss don't matter, but in the grand scheme of things, we still have to beat Seattle on the last game of the season to get the number 1 seed and to win the division. So that's still in play. We still control our destiny. But that was not the greatest of fucking looks on Sunday.
Yeah, but even if y'all stay where y'all are, you got to play Dallas.
Yeah. Now, if that was going to play like they did against the Rams on this past Sunday, then it'll be a lot better game than people are expecting. We've talked about it a couple times throughout the course of this year. It ain't really how you start the season. It ain't even about how you really play in the middle of the season up until Thanksgiving. The last 3 or 4 games of the season and into the playoffs, how are you playing at that point?
Right.
We even, 49ers, we got to get back on track on some things. So it's going to be interesting these last couple of weeks. But like you said, the NFC East team, that's going to come down to this week, Cowboys, Eagles. I cannot wait for that game in Philly. We'll get to that as well. But anything else, I thought y'all was going maybe throw me a little mulligan there with the Seahawks. I know you told me at the beginning of the last week, like, dog, don't even count on it. And the game started off just that way, and then I saw y'all made a little push to the end.
And you see how that boy had another 3 interceptions?
I saw. I didn't catch any of the game, but I saw he had 3 or was it 4 interceptions? Talking about Kyle Allen.
Yeah, 3 or 4. I believe he's had 17 since they played y'all. Shit has gone this way since he played them. Hey, man, I just want the draft pick. Right now, we're right around 11 or 10. No, 11 or 12 right now. I just want to get up in the top 10. It's a good little, mix right there, 5 and 9. Want to see who our coach is going to be, but Seattle had a get-right game against us. I ain't going to say I like the fact, but the defense ain't playing right, And that comes back to this whole myth everybody has out there that Carolina has a great defense every year. Defense wasn't good last year. Defense ain't good this year. So it's a little bit more than just what Cam did or what the quarterback's doing. We gotta stop.
I think y'all get a lot of reputation.
Yep.
But now early in the season, don't get me wrong, y'all that your front was getting to the quarterback. Y'all was right up there, first 5 or 6 game lead among the league leaders in sacks.
Yeah.
And Kuechly's always solid. Thomas Davis wasn't there this year, but he's always been a household name. I think it's always been the back end of y'all defense if you want to call a weak link.
Yeah.
I think y'all have always been solid, maybe not great, like you said. Some people trying to put y'all in that category just because you got sack numbers. But I think for the most part, this year taken out, you have had a pretty solid defense.
Yeah, I mean, they've been solid, but, it's not world beater the way they try to put out there,
Right.
To try to justify what Cam wasn't doing. That's always the story. Oh, Cam got a top 5 defense every year. Why can't he win?
Gotcha. Yeah, that whole narrative changes when you start throwing that in there.
Right. Last year we lost all them games. Shit, Cam was they were putting up 28, 29 points a game, but we was giving up 32. Shit.
Anyway, that never works.
No,
that never works.
So that didn't go right. So, what can you do?
Be interested to see. They played good this game. I'm gonna be interested to see how Seattle plays going, the rest of the way. They pretty much play all year without Josh Gordon, as we all know by now. We know he's been suspended indefinitely again, almost a year to the day that he was suspended indefinitely last year. At this point, man, Josh Gordon, if you listen, man, fuck football.
Yeah, just be done with it.
Don't even worry about coming back no more, man. Just make sure, you get your life in order and you get your health in order. Because the last thing I want to see is a bad story come across, my timeline with something that happened from some substance abuse.
All these suspensions, all this time missed. He 26?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, ain't it? But
yeah. Yeah. And, people talk about players not getting chances, man. Josh Gordon had more than enough chances.
Yeah, if Josh was a cat, he used all 9 of his lives. All 9.
Yeah, and I think this time it seemed like it was more on the PED side of things than it was the weed.
Yeah.
Okay. I know sometimes the players will take those. I'm trying to remember, was he coming off some kind of injury or something? Yeah. Sometimes they do take those PEDs, try to sneak them in there to get back on the field. They basically feel it's worth the risk. So maybe that's what this was, but most are not going to give him the benefit of the doubt anyway. So like I said, I just hope he get his shit together, get clean, man.
Absolutely. But no, I don't have too much else on that. Seattle. They're the number 1 seed now that y'all move back down to 5, but I don't know how I feel about them right now. I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna see Rashad Penny. I've not to check the latest word on him. Is he out another game or two more than likely?
He's out.
So it's up to Chris
ACL
Carson
surgery.
now. Oh, he is having a surgery on the ACL. Okay, so he's not returning. So it's gonna be up to Chris Carson and
Procise.
Chris Carson ran up. He ran pretty good Sunday, about $120 or so, a couple touchdowns.
Shit, they were playing us. Everybody runs good on us.
Yeah, well, but his big thing is going to be holding on to the ball.
If he can do that, he's all right.
Yeah,
he can especially catch, block, run. He's got to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, especially in the playoffs, where sometimes possessions can be limited and critical, and you can't be coughing the ball up on a big play. It's going to be, in most cases, it's going to be inclement weather come January. So, yeah, you got to hold on to that rock, baby boy.
Yeah. Clowney didn't play Sunday, did he? I didn't see a lot of this game.
I'm not sure. I want to say he was out there, though. When I tuned in a couple times, I think I did hear his name.
Okay, so he's fighting through that hip issue then.
Yeah, he is for now. We'll see how how this week goes when they play the Cardinals at home. Maybe a game he can maybe sit.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. we know last Thursday the Ravens beat the brakes off the goddamn Jets, 42-21. I don't think it's any question that Lamar Jackson has the MVP sold up at this point to me. I'm expecting Russell to get a few votes, but I'm expecting Lamar to win this thing pretty handedly. I saw a piece that Dan Patrick, it wasn't really a piece that he wrote, but it was he was on his podcast, but it was the video of it. Yeah. And he was basically saying, basically telling people, man, enjoy Lamar Jackson for what he is for right now. Everybody trying to anticipate his downfall, when he gonna fall off. Get a man credit for what he doing. We know the past with other running quarterbacks, but he ain't these guys. Shit could very well be different. This is a different league. So, we'll see how it go. But basically, the just what he was saying was enjoy it. I'm saying a lot of people not enjoying it because they're trying to too busy predict when he gonna fall off or if he falls off. And he's basically saying that's some clown shit. And I agree with him.
I was thinking about it today. If they get to the Super Bowl, that's probably one of the better second years for a quarterback I can recall in recent memory.
For a second year,
you think about the playoffs. Who was that? Was that San Diego who shut him down completely in the playoffs last year?
Yeah, it was San Diego.
And you come back to now, can't nobody do shit with him? I mean, that's
a big shout out not only to Lamar, but that's a big shout out to to Greg Roman and how they coordinate and building the offense around him.
Yeah.
Last year it may have been some of that. We're gonna try to force him to do this. That John Harbaugh's like, look, we're gonna cater it around you, around what your skill set is. So and they've done that and they've stuck with it. But of course, when playoffs get here, we know the way you probably shut Baltimore down is to stop the run. This is going into week 16. Easier said than done. They are still running for 225 as a team a week. And everybody know you got to stop the run. So it's easier said than done. Them tight ends, him and them tight ends are clicking. If you want to say it's a weak link in their offense, yes, they don't maybe really have the outside receiving threats. But if you're running for 225 and when you do have to pass, the seams are wide open, hitting them tight ends, I think you're going to be okay.
And then when in doubt, you got a fast-ass dude like Hollywood on the outside running goals.
Yeah.
When in doubt.
Yeah. Now, I'm surprised play action for them has not worked as much as I thought it would with those deep balls. I know they hit a couple early in the season, but it seemed they haven't been much as late. Maybe they hold it a little bit back for the playoffs. So I know knowing Greg Roman, I just remember some of the stuff he used to run with Cap, and we didn't have the best receivers. I think Crabtree was probably our best receiver, him and Anquan Bolden, possession guys, not speed stretch the field guys. So there was some things that had to be schemed up when it was time for Cap to let that rocket go. And I think Greg Roman probably got a couple things he's saving in his hip pocket, especially for a team like the Patriots or the Chiefs.
And the last thing I got on the Baltimore Ravens is they look like they're not satisfied. They're hungry, and they're having fun. They're
definitely having fun.
They enjoy each other, and this cat wants to win the Super Bowl. I don't think he's stressing the MVP talk. I love them T-shirts they got. The North is not enough. That's the shit. They want to win the Super Bowl, fam. And that's something. That right there is a testament to staying the course. Not, because you remember what, last year I believe it was, maybe year before last, there was talk about Harbaugh. They didn't know what they were going to do. They already knew Ozzie Newsome was going to leave. So it was a lot of influx in that organization. But look at where they are now, rock solid with a plan.
And they ultimately made the right decision, which was leave Jim Harbaugh where he is, or John Harbaugh rather, leave him in place where he is and get rid of Joe Flacco.
Yeah, that was it. That was essentially it.
That was it.
So shout out to him for getting that done. I got a feeling they're going to put a real beat down on the Browns on Sunday, and Lamar's going to have a seat after that.
Yeah, because they owe the Browns, though, because the Browns beat them at home early in the year. And we know that the Browns season has not went as the people in Cleveland expected.
Yes.
It's right on schedule for what a lot of us thought, maybe slightly off. I didn't think they would maybe be this bad, but all that Super Bowl talk and all that shit, we knew that probably wasn't going to be the case. But
how they go down there and get their ass kicked like that in Arizona? Just get their ass kicked.
And I did because I do a couple pick'em leagues. I was split. I think in our head-to-head, I picked the Browns, but like in my money pick'em though, and I think in Glass pick'em, shout out to Glass over at Get With It Sports, I picked Arizona. I did have a feeling they can win this game at home, but I didn't expect it to be kind of lopsided like it was.
The shit was over early, and you sit down and look at the team. Okay, I don't see offensive outside the offensive line. I don't see what they need on offense. They got good corners. I don't know who the safeties are. It's just something wrong. It's just they're not playing up to potential with all that talent there.
Yeah, but that goes back to what a lot of us said. I know me and you said at the beginning of the year. You can't just throw names and talent and think it's going to come to fruition, especially when you got a coach who ain't never coached before, as being a head coach. And then you got a young quarterback. You got dominating personalities like Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry. And we saw what Myles Garrett did. He's supposed to be the good guy. We saw how, he threw a monkey wrench in the middle of the season. That was a distraction. It was just one thing after another.
It's amazing how news cycles go and you forget about shit. Till you said his name, I straight forgot about that dude.
Yeah, it's been a minute since he's been there. What I did, speaking of the Browns, what I saw today, which was really fucking funny. Do you see Jarvis Landry made the Pro Bowl?
How? The Pro Bowl voting was interesting this year.
I know a lot of it is based on fan vote, but I thought there was some media or player factor in there. I thought it was a third.
Yeah.
Or is that just the NBA? I can't.
I think it's that. I didn't understand.
I said Jarvis Landry. I said, I know I picked him in a wild ass throwing some shit against the wall, hope it stick. I picked him to have a better receiving numbers than Odell on the team, and I know he on pace for that. But Pro Bowl? Nah, bro.
and speaking of the Pro Bowl, I didn't really, I know people are up in arms today about, the snubs and all that. I don't really pay the Pro Bowl no mind because don't nobody ever fucking play in the game anyway. So
that's true.
All them dudes y'all mad about, they'll probably be playing when the dudes who got picked over them say they not gonna play, and it's in Orlando again, right?
I'm not even sure. I'm not sure where it's at. I didn't even vote at all because I was like, I don't want my players there anyway because hopefully we in the Super Bowl. So
right.
I just did it because of that. But I think that the players do want the recognition.
Yeah, they want to say they made it, but they ain't gonna play in the game.
No, not at all, not at all. And they want to say that they made it as an initial shoe-in, not a replacement, because you got a lot of cats that's Pro Bowlers, but after everybody sit,
right,
somebody got to play in the damn game. So you have somebody that's third, fourth option in some of these cases with a damn Pro Bowl attached to their name.
Marcus Peters he got there like mid-season. Now he's balling, don't get me wrong, but damn near the whole Ravens secondary made it. Damn near. There was a lot of dudes on that team, but I don't pay that no mind. Shout out to the ones who did make it. Like I said, you cats who are feeling the type of way, you'll be playing because the Ravens got 12 dudes on there now. All them dudes will probably be playing deep in the playoffs if they go to the Super Bowl. So it'll be a lot of spots to be filled. You'll be able to take your family down to Orlando.
Yeah, it's only the Super Bowl that would make players miss it if they, what I'm saying. It's only that. Because, the Pro Bowl is in between that week.
Yeah.
So it's only the Super Bowl.
A lot of them be opting out for injury. Oh, I'm hurt. I'm going to sit out,
Yeah, this elbow been bothering me all year. Absolutely. I don't blame them either. You still going to get the check. You still going to get the recognition that you made it. Hey, why not? But
yeah, if that shit was in Hawaii like it used to be, then that's different. But Orlando? I can go to Orlando.
And then I heard I want to say, was something with the Hawaii where players were saying that the league only paid for a certain amount of people to go over there, so they had to foot the bill for like the rest of their families if they had large families or a lot of people wanted to go. And players were like, that bill gets steep talking about Hawaii. So
a round trip ticket to Hawaii for you and all your you're gonna get on there, but all your people.
Yeah. Absolutely. Let's see what else happened last week, week 15. Anything else interesting? We know the Patriots, they got back on track, air quotes, if y'all listening. But they win 34-13 in Cincinnati.
Shout out to the defense and special teams because it damn sure wasn't the offense.
I know Gilmore had a pick six.
Yeah. They put him in good positions again. They won
They
this
had like
game.
4 or 5 turnovers, right?
Yeah. Edelman didn't have a catch in this game, I don't believe. Not one catch. And Andy Dalton, you're trash. You know, that pick six he threw to Gilmore, there was no way he should have threw that ball. Absolutely no way. But, yeah, it's a lost season in Cincinnati. Andy, you'll be living somewhere else. I hope you told your wife and kids. But, yeah, they got back on track allegedly. But
what's funny about Cincinnati to me is why didn't AJ Green just go on IR? Why are we doing? Why are we week 16 and he's finally now saying pretty much that he's not going to play the last 2 games? We kind of figured that shit out a long time ago, AJ. A long time ago, we kind of figured that out. So he's going to rest on his laurels of what he's already done in the past going into a contract year.
Hey, and the funny thing is, AJ is about like, hey, I really don't want to get on that tag. Bro, what fucking options do you have? What leverage? You ain't played a fucking down this year. And you talking about you don't want the tag?
Because he ain't go to he got hurt, what, the first practice, right?
Yeah, like the first practice in like July, August, whatever it was, he's been out. And I'm like, yeah, AJ, we knew. Bro, we knew. When you didn't come back week 3, week 6, hell, I held on to him in fantasy till damn near week 11. But I figured he might come back, and I just let him go then.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man. And you are talking about the Cincinnati Bengals. They're going to franchise you. So be prepared. Get the bag. It's going to be a good little bag. Just get it. And then, whatever.
Any chance. AJ's been a pretty upstanding dude. The only thing I can think of that he got into while he was in Cincinnati is whipping Jalen Ramsey's ass on the field that one day.
Totally forgot about that.
And sometimes those quiet cats they have to come out like that. Remember when Cortland Finnegan brought Andre Johnson out like that one day? Andre Johnson was a pretty quiet dude, and he had to whip Cortland Finnegan's ass on the field one day. Same thing with AJ Green. Any chance that Cincinnati will just be like, you know what, AJ, we appreciate all these years. We trying to rebuild. We really they don't need that cap money on their books. I think they should just let him walk.
They should let him walk, but AJ played this wrong during the season.
He
come out talking about, I want to stay. This is where I want to be. Yeah. You already put in. First of all, I ain't talking. If I'm not playing, I'm really not talking. So I think Drew Rosenhaus is his agent, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, Drew Rosenhaus doesn't have any control over his clients. Antonio Brown has showed us that. Yeah. But maybe because he came out and said those right cliche kind of things about I want to be here, maybe that helps him get free.
If you're not winning but 1 game a year, maybe 3, fuck you need a $20 million receiver for.
Yeah.
But you better go draft dudes. There's a lot of hungry, fast-ass dudes that you can put out there. You got Tyler Boyd. You got John Ross. What you need him for? You got Arden Tate. They don't need him. They should let him walk, but, I mean, we're talking business. Hell, you see me around the draft. You got a 3rd or a 2nd, you can have him.
I was just about to say, because if he walks, and they'll probably get a consideratory pick for him anyway. Yeah. So, I think sometimes in NFL cases, that's why you don't see maybe cats traded to get something, because teams know they're going to get their consideratory pick if they walk or if they go to another team. But sometimes you got to wait to see how the player does on that new team, I think, to kind of really gauge where that pick may be. And most of the time it's like 3rd to the 5th round, somewhere up in there. If it's a 3rd for a 30-plus-year-old AJ Green, I think that'll be good. That'll be a good look for them.
He's 31. And I just sound real dumb because that's right. They can't get no draft pick for him. He's legit free. He's getting tagged. Yeah. That's all. So just deal with it, homie. You trying to win in the media right now. You're getting tagged.
Well, he can get tagged, and then he can still be traded.
Yeah.
I love Frank Clark, D Ford.
Yeah.
So last year, so it can still.
Stop talking and let his agent go quietly to them people and tell them, I don't want to be here.
Hey, man. Quiet and Drew Rosenhaus and any Drew Rosenhaus client don't even go together. Drew Rosenhaus does nothing quietly.
The older I get, I'm sick of these nice guys who be content with losing. I'm sick of this shit. Winning is the shit, people. It's don't let people tell you otherwise. You're good in the community. You know, you're a pillar of the team. Winning is the shit. There's nothing good about staying somewhere, being loyal, and losing every year.
It's really not. Now, what's going to be interesting, and we'll get off Cincinnati.
Yeah.
That $20 million a year that you mentioned, that's going to be interesting to see what AJ actually commands on the market. We ain't seen him in a year. Now, that could work for him. Somebody could say, well, he had a whole year off. He is a refreshed young 31. Or somebody can say, nah, he getting on the downside. He kind of banged up more and more toward these last couple of years. We ain't trying to pay him that kind of money.
Best thing AJ can hope for is that 18 that's on that tag. Because that'll be more than Cooks and that'll be more than Watkins. And those are the two trash-ass deals at the top of the receiver money. That's the best he can hope for. He ain't getting more than Odell. He ain't getting more than Julio. He ain't getting more than Cooper.
So 3 years, 45 to 50, something like that.
That's good money at 31 years old, coming out of Cincinnati.
Man. Hey, I know, AJ, I know if you listen, I know you're tired of that cold Cincinnati weather, man. You know, it's a team out west that's doing pretty good right now that may need you in white, red, and gold come next year. We'll holler at us.
I know these cats be attached to they charities and shit. Man, you can move your charity. You can open a new branch. Man, stop losing people. There's nothing cool about being a rich loser. I'm tired of that shit. Tired of it. Let's keep it moving.
Well, it is kind of. I mean, being rich is cool.
I mean, being rich is but you're competitive just like me. You want to lose every year? Every year, dog.
Nah. I would have been forced my way out.
Now, unless I'm getting Mike Trout money.
See, no. But see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's a see. Everybody got a price, and that's your price. Mike Trout money. What's buddy just got $325 from the Yankees? Garrett Cole.
They gonna win. Though. They're gonna win in New York. Mike Trout ain't got no chance.
They might. When the last time the Yankees won anything?
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So I guess I need to go ahead and say I'm willing to sell my soul to lose for $30 million a year. I'm good with that. 18.
Hey man. At $30 million a year, I wouldn't even label it as selling your soul. I would label that a business decision.
That's a very good call.
All right, we'll see. Go ahead. You got it.
Jameis Winston will be the quarterback in Tampa Bay next year. He will be. I think it's going to be the tag, though. They're going to give him another year to see what's good.
That would be smart.
Yeah, I believe he's going to be there. I don't have nothing on Detroit.
But hold on. I think he's now leading the league in passes, in touchdown passes, and interceptions, right? I think he took over both spots, right? Because I can't remember how many touchdowns Lamar threw last week. Well, he's probably not. Well, James threw 4 this past week, right?
4 to Brashard Perriman.
Okay, so Jameis is still up there, top 2, no worse than top 3 in touchdown passes, and he's still leading the league in interceptions.
Okay, let's just say he comes back with this same type of play next year, and they got to see him on the bag. What are you paying him?
Well, what I wanted to do
would be interesting.
So what I wanted to do, I was thinking about this. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. But I think the key with Jameis is going to be, we know he's got the big number of interceptions. But if I'm Bruce Arians, if I'm Tampa Bay, I maybe split the season down the middle at the first 8 games and then compare it against the last 8 games and see if most of those interceptions are on the front end and did he progress toward the end or did he regress toward the end or kind of stay the same? That, I would definitely heavily look at that because we know early in the season.
Too. Them dudes got their hands on a whole lot of balls and they win.
Right. So I'm definitely looking at that. And then if they can get a running game or any hint of a running game, then maybe in that division, I don't think Tampa Bay is that far off.
No,
it may sound crazy, but if you think about Drew Brees has probably got – this year, maybe next year. I mean, he still looked good. He looked better than Tom Brady.
Hey, that
But
5 games he took off, that was the best thing happened to him this year.
But I don't think he's going to play no more than this year or maybe one more year. All right. We know Matt Ryan. He ain't as old as Drew Brees, but he getting up there. Who knows what the hell the Falcons are going to do in the next couple of years. They probably in a rebuild coming too.
Yeah.
Y'all are pretty much in a rebuild. So we seen in the NFL, look at my 49ers. It don't take but 1 year to flip it.
If Tampa Bay can get a running game, go get Lev, and find some back end help. They're great against the run. Yep. They stop the run, but their secondary is not good.
I haven't checked lately, but I know they in the early part of the season they were getting pressure.
Yeah, they got to pay him.
They got to pay Shaq.
Yeah. So if I'm Jameis, if I ball one more year, cuz I'm better than Jared Goff all day.
Yeah, but that's a.
Okay, say it this way: put Jameis Winston on the Rams.
Oh no! I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to. Are they going to be willing to give Jameis that type of bag?
Because they ain't going to have no choice.
You know, that's going to be the hard negotiating tactic because you got a few of these quarterbacks here, Goff, Wentz. Now, they could just be having down years this year. We'll see if they get back on track. But those could start being deterrents for other teams.
That might reset the market. Very true.
Like, you're going to have Mahomes, Deshaun Watson. Them cats are getting paid no matter what. But that next tier under, I don't know. I would be in the negotiating room for quite a while, I think, with a couple of them cats because you might not be as worth with as quite much as you think you are.
Imagine, real quick before we get off this, imagine if the Ravens get a Super Bowl and they got to see Lamar after Mahomes gets 40. After
Mahomes. I mean, you just think about it. You think about it. Dak is going to be – Dak got to get paid this offseason if they don't franchise him.
That's okay. So then you got the cats behind him.
So, Mahomes will be like, shit, if you're giving Dak Prescott 38, 40.
Right.
Deshaun Watson going to want his cheese.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Lamar Jackson won a Super Bowl. Hold on, bro. Don't forget about your boy.
Right. In 3 years, when they eligible to pay him, if he has an MVP in the Super Bowl, shit, 50?
50. And I would love to see it because everybody. Now, don't get me wrong. I had my doubts about how effective he was going to be, but all these cats, he should play receiving this, that, and the third. They want to give him a chance at quarterback. Yeah, y'all look like real dumbasses.
Yeah.
Right now.
Right.
We'll see. But I think that Lamar Jackson got a good chance to break this mold of these last couple of quarterbacks. We mentioned Jared Goff, Wentz, some of these guys that had pretty much one good year, and we thought that, okay, they might be the next set of elite guys, and then they took a step back.
Right.
I think he's got a chance to break that mold. I just hope he doesn't go on the cover of Madden.
Yeah, don't do that.
But it's probably it's coming.
All right, Green Bay won. The Texans and the Titans. I felt like the Titans late.
I'm concerned about Green Bay.
Oh, I'm very concerned about Green Bay. I'm very concerned about Green Bay on Monday night, basically with the division on the line in Minnesota. I'm very concerned.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is 2 weeks in a row. I expected them to win games pretty comfortably, and it didn't happen. Now, last week it was a struggle against the Redskins. This week it was the Bears. I guess the Bears defense kind of came to play, but Aaron Rodgers ain't really has he. I think are we giving Aaron Rodgers like benefit of the doubt based on his past? Because I didn't even realize that I'm hearing cats now start to talk about his numbers and how his numbers is really middle of the road.
Oh, I got something for you.
Okay, go ahead. What you got?
Is Aaron Rodgers Nas?
Is Aaron Rodgers who?
Is he Nas?
Oh. Oh, no. Are we on the double disc? Are we on I am and is that the part of the career we in?
The first
He
two
hit
albums,
us. He hit us with Illmatic and It Was Written.
What we done seen since?
Oh man, what did it say? The firm flop.
Hey, you remember that? Because Dominique Foxworthy was on TV upset today, talking about there is no way he should have made the Pro Bowl over Dak. Numbers are way better. And you think about it, shit, he has not had a good year. And we keep saying, oh, well, you know, Aaron ain't had but maybe 2 Aaron games this year, maybe.
These and some of it is, I think, due to the receivers. But you know, if you're gonna put your name, and we know the arm, just the pure arm talent, we know that ranks right up there, if not the best all time, right there in the top 2 or 3, just for arm talent. When you factor in everything else, if you're gonna be in that Tom Brady, Joe Montana class, you got to get it done. Sometimes if you don't have number 1 receivers across the board in every spot. He had basically 2 number 1 guys for a good majority of his career
for a very good long while
with Jordy and
Randall Cobb.
He had Jordy, he had Randall Cobb, then he had Devontae and he had also Greg Jennings. He's had some good ass
receivers. Did he have Donald Driver toward the end there too?
I want to say Donald Driver may have been there, right? Because right after Favre left.
James Jones was good for him.
That's the one I'm thinking about. That's what I'm thinking about. He had James Jones and Jordy for a good little chunk there.
Yeah.
So he's had some pretty good receivers to help him along the way. Now he just got 1. And they taking everything else away, it seems like, and he's looking kind of average.
I don't think they can beat any team in the playoffs right now.
I'm starting to look at matchups and everything, and I think depending on where we fall, we would have a good if we don't win the division and come up with the number 1 seed, that we may have to go to Green Bay.
Beat the shit out of them.
I don't have no problem.
Beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, it's gonna be cold as fuck, but we will deal with it. We'll deal with it.
Yeah, I don't have much else on that. They concern me, but I don't know. I guess we're gonna make picks tonight. I might take Minnesota in that game at home.
They do play like you said, Monday night, so we'll see. It'll be the last Monday night game of the season, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Kirk Cousins, you gotta win this game, dog.
Hey.
This is what they brought him here for.
Yeah.
This is it.
And Kurt, we'll get to Kurt now, but Kurt has been playing real good.
Under the radar.
Under the radar. That's a perfect spot for him. They got a great record. They've been playing good, but they ain't been in the news like the Patriots, 49ers, the Ravens. They ain't been in that media cycle. So he's been able to kind of, like you said, stay under the radar. And I think that's the best thing for them.
They're very quiet 10-4.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Very crazy.
I feel like the Titans gave the division away with that loss on Sunday. Because I know they still got to play them one more time.
Right.
But the Titans got New Orleans this week. So they're probably going to lose in New Orleans. And that's that.
It's a big game. And who did the Texans play this week? They got a Saturday game against the Bucks. Okay. But it's in Tampa. They should definitely be on their P's and Q's because we've seen the Texans come out, beat the shit out of the Patriots one week. And we ain't talking about just because of the Patriots offense. They put up a pretty big number against that Patriots defense.
Yes, they did.
You know what I'm saying? And then they come out the next week, and what did they do last week? They lost to was it the Raiders?
Nah, it wasn't the Raiders. It was some other suckers.
Yeah, but it was some real suckers.
Denver breaks off them.
So we know the Texans cannot be trusted. So we'll see what happens this week with them. But they definitely got a leg up on the Titans. I would rather see the Texans in the playoffs. I would like to see Deshaun Watson. I like Deshaun Watson in the moments.
I do too.
And I love DeAndre Hopkins. I would just like to see the two of them, see how far they can maybe get, see if they can pull some upsets in the playoffs.
Well, it's in their hands. They went out, they're good. So it's in their hands.
They would be a 3 seed probably?
Yeah, as of right now, they are currently they're 4 right now.
4 because the AFC West is going to be 3 seed.
Yeah. So they're locked in at 4. That'd be an interesting game, them in Buffalo. If Buffalo remains there, Pittsburgh got to win this week. Because the Titans can still get in if Pittsburgh, they might catch Pittsburgh. Because Duck ain't doing them no favors.
Yeah, they got the same record, as a matter of fact. So yeah, big week this week. The Titans, like you said, the Titans got the Saints. But the Steelers, they got the Jets. So
Duck, again, don't throw the ball to the team in green.
Hey, you said it. You said it because I came out here last week, or maybe the week before last, like, yo, your boy Duck say he a gunslinger. And you was like, yeah, that gunslinger shit usually leads to a lot of interceptions.
Yeah. Everybody say that shit till them picks come. Everybody. All right, what else we got? Kansas City looks good. Eagles are gonna lose Sunday to me. They struggled with Washington. They were behind most of that game. Shout out to Dwayne Haskins. You're coming along, young man. They give you some pieces. Shout out to you. Hopefully they don't find a way to fuck it up. You put credence to Urban Meyer being there in the box.
What happened?
You put any credence to the rumors about Urban Meyer? He was at that game in the box.
Nah,
I wouldn't. If I'm gonna come back and coach pros, I ain't touching that team.
I'm not. Yeah, it's a couple of organizations. Washington Redskins is one of them. Nah, bro, I'm sorry. Like you said, I got a price.
I mean, I know Haskins was your quarterback and a couple of your players on that team. I ain't fucking with the Redskins. No, sir.
And Urban Meyer ain't no Lincoln Riley or one of these cats that'll just be happy to come in and take an NFL job.
No.
Urban Meyer going to want some control. He's got clout. I don't see him working for nobody like Dan Snyder.
I don't see him working in the NFL unless he goes to a terrible team. Now, if he goes to the Browns, they might give him control. They might.
They may. I'm not sure. I'm not even honestly sure if he's really if he would be a good NFL coach.
Me neither. But I know his name keeps popping up. But nevertheless, in that regard, that's all we had on that.
Yeah. Some of these cats, because Nick Saban, I think, is one of them, which I don't think it's no coincidence he's never came back to the NFL. Certain people's shit works on the younger kids,
right?
And when you got those kids going to be cycling in and out every 2, 3, 4 years, and then that message is constantly fresh with kids.
Right?
You're talking about grown ass men. Most of them make more money than you in a lot of cases. Yeah, that rah-rah shit only gonna work so much.
Yes, that doesn't work that way. All right, the Raiders pissed the bed in their final game in Oakland.
Oh my God, the Raiders have pissing the bed. The Raiders, I don't even know what to call it. The Raiders have pissed the bed. How many weeks in a row now? 4, right?
Man, we was on it. We was like on the bandwagon for a good bit there. Like, man, they might be for real.
They were 6-4, I believe.
Heading into the Jets. They have not recovered since that Jets game.
They haven't won.
Well, 6-8. Nah, they ain't won the game since then.
Yeah, they were 6-4, now they're 6-8. That's pathetic.
Yeah, so they're gonna pack their shit up and go to Las Vegas. But y'all owed the fans a little bit better that last game.
I mean, I saw the fans were booing them, or booing Derek Carr. I don't know which one it really was, but I thought that game was sold up, and then I looked at the final score. I'm like, wait a minute, how the fuck did Jacksonville win?
Because they had like a minute, maybe 2 minutes at the most. They had got ahead, and they let them march that ball. The Jaguars, they let Uncle Rico beat them at the end of the damn game. Last game in their arena.
Now, from my understanding, it was a really bad call by the officials. Now, I saw this Derek Carr slide that I think is the play in question. And he was definitely in bounds.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think the clock should have kept winding, and they ruled him out of bounds, which stopped the clock.
Yeah.
So basically, Jacksonville got the ball back with like a minute more than what they would have gotten it back regardless, and that definitely played a big part. It's a game of interest, man. Going back to my 49er game, because I meant to cuss George Kittle out. The fourth, I don't think it was a fourth down play, but there was a play where he caught the ball late in that game.
Yeah.
And the first down is right there. He just simply drops the damn ball. He holds onto the ball and gets that first down. Yeah. That salts the clock out pretty much.
Yeah, out of bounds in that game.
Yeah. crazy. But yeah, that was a bad play. But I mean, the Raiders get bad breaks like that.
But speaking of how you handle grown men, Tom Coughlin is no longer employed by the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Nope, and that shit did not take long after those stories dropped, did it?
Nah, it's funny because Monday reports that came out about the Players Association was going to start looking into the Jaguars a little bit more because they were getting too many grievances in regards to player treatment and the fines and whatnot. Look, man, y'all had that analog ass dude up there running your organization with these young dudes. Look, some of that stuff works, and I'm all for discipline, all for it. You know, just tell me how you want it done. I'm good with it, no problem. But you got to handle men like men. And there was too much stuff coming out of that organization that just didn't jive right. And it was going to affect them as far as going forward. We still don't know the whole particulars of that Jalen Ramsey situation. We really don't. But they whole season went left when he left that team.
Yeah, and then, you take Jacksonville and you look at Tom Coughlin, you say to yourself, okay, he didn't learn his lesson with this shit back from when it happened in New York. And, he had to totally change his personality for the most part to get people to get the team to buy into him, and then they end up being successful. Yeah. So why would you revert back and go back to that old shit? I really don't know.
Was that last year they were a game from the Super Bowl or the year before last?
That was 2 years ago.
Okay, 2 years ago they were a game from the Super Bowl, and look at them right now. Right now.
Yeah, I mean, you got 20. It's only 32 teams. It's 32 teams in the league, and if the union or whoever is hearing grievances are saying 25% of the league's grievances are coming from one team.
I ain't even know it was that number. That's crazy.
Yeah, they said 25% of the league's grievances are coming from the Jaguars on dumb shit. You think I don't know if we were recording when you said it, but you talked about them forcing players to come in during the offseason. $700,000 in fines for not coming in to what they deemed mandatory off-season workout sessions when you're not. Everything in an off-season is supposed to be voluntary. So that's the kind of shit they're doing. It makes you think about the Jalen Ramsey situation. While maybe he wanted out, I heard somebody saying
Fournette, how they tried to take they didn't guarantee his money.
Fournette, and then I didn't even think about this until I heard somebody say it, so I can't even take credit for it. Maybe that's why Telvin Smith sat out this year. He said, "Fuck it, I ain't playing this year."
He sure did.
He said, "I'm not retiring, but I ain't playing this year."
Yeah, and watch, he'll be right there at OTAs in March, right there,
fresh.
Hey, random shit. Dante Fowler's a young dude. He just got back $700,000 that he had lost living in LA. Whoo-wee.
Hey, now, what's going to be interesting? The taxes on that $700. In Florida, it wasn't no state.
Taxes, that's a go.
You know what I'm saying? But if it's LA, with the millionaire taxes and all that shit, oh man. But at any rate, it's money he getting back. It's bread he getting back. I'm assuming he get it. He gets it back the same way it was shelled out. So,
last thing on them, the owner made the right move. 2 of their top 5 picks over the last 6 years, if I'm not mistaken, are playing for the LA Rams, and they're being productive for the LA Rams. So,
you can say he made the right move, but I honestly, I think a little bit of me thinks that Tom Coughlin is just collateral damage. Sean Carr knew this shit was going on.
Oh yeah,
so,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta hold him culpable to some degree. You know, and he can come out now and play dumb and fire people, but I'm pretty sure he was with it because it was more money coming back in his pocket.
Absolutely. And they're gonna have a new general manager, and they're gonna have a new coach, and they're basically rebooting again.
Right, and like you said, they really had no choice because once it starts hitting the media fans that this is going to affect players coming there in future free agency transactions, he had no choice.
Yeah,
he had no choice because they're already a team that's struggling. I was briefly reading an article yesterday. They struggle revenue wise, so they actually depend on this London game yearly to help kind of make ends meet, so to speak. There's a
Because I
lot of
went
talk.
to a game there. I was damn near on the field for $100.
And they've done things like they've built those little pool or jacuzzi things around. They've done a couple things to try to make it more entertainment for people to come. But I mean, the area that you're in is just that it's not a lot of economic opportunity there, from my understanding.
Hey, they're still wearing Jerry curls in Jacksonville. So.
They don't have a lot of corporate sponsors for their suite for the boxes in their suites, because there are no corporations moving their businesses to fucking Jacksonville. So that plays a big part in why they kind of depend on that London game. Shad Khan said year to year. He said he's not going to move the team to London. He don't want to get that mistaken, but he's planning on re-signing the agreement that they have. I think it's up in 2020 or 2021 for them to play there once a year. So he said he is looking at renewing that for probably another 10-year deal. I think this one that's expiring was a 10-year deal also.
2 years ago, we were calling them dudes the Savages. 2 years ago. And look at them now.
Hey, we was ahead of the curve.
We sure
by
were.
taking the name away, because we took that shit away early last year.
Yes, sir. If I'm him, I'd move that team to St. Louis because they will support a team. Next up.
Yeah, the fans will, but that's another money problem spot, and they didn't have the money to fund this new stadium.
I guarantee if he makes a call to the mayor of St. Louis today, hey, we thinking about coming. They got it. They'll find the bag. But let's keep it moving. We talked about the Browns; they're trash. Phillip Rivers and Melvin Gordon had a lot of turnovers on Sunday. I started cleaning my locker out ahead of the last game because you don't want to be that dude having to walk your shit out when the media's there. It's over for Phillip Rivers in San Diego. It's over. He had a good long run, but they cannot consciously bring him back as their quarterback. They cannot.
Yeah, I can't see a big deal, a long-term deal happening there. If he wants to play, that's going to be interesting because
where are you gonna
go? I don't see Phillip Rivers wanting to even play for another franchise and starting over. We're talking about a dude with 37 kids and a wife. There's no way in hell he uprooting all that to go to a new city to play for a year or two.
Yeah, it don't make no sense. I'd walk if it was me. Tough break. Steelers lost to the Bills on Sunday. That was a good game. Tre'Davious White is a really good cornerback. Now, of course, he looked better because Duck kept throwing the ball to him. But you think about what he did to Amari Cooper. I don't think Cooper caught a ball on Thanksgiving, if I'm not mistaken. This kid's been pretty good. And as I like to call the Bills, Carolina North, because they got White Cam. They basically built the same way we were built in Charlotte. Defense, running quarterback, run game, but it's working. And I didn't know that dude's only been there 3 years and they've made the playoffs twice. So they're building.
Talking about McDermott.
You think they got a chance Saturday?
It's the Patriots? Yeah. Because the Patriots offensively are not doing much. But I was just getting ready to say the Bills offense is still they're gonna be their weakness.
That is.
You can't keep scoring 17 points a game and winning. That's not gonna work in the playoffs, I don't think. You're gonna have to get up to mid-20s.
And them jet sweeps with your quarterback, that's not the wave.
So that's what still I still don't think in the playoffs. I can't see them really advancing without having home field advantage and not being able to put up enough points consistently. I can see them. I can give them the wild card round. If they play like Pittsburgh or no, they're gonna be a wild card team themselves.
Yeah, they're gonna play. If they stay where they are, they're gonna play Houston.
They can. I can see them maybe beating Houston because we don't know what Houston's gonna do. I can see them beating Houston, but I can't see them beating the Chiefs in the first round. And if they win the first round, I can't see them beating New Orleans. Baltimore, definitely not Baltimore. Now, New England, we'll see how this game goes Saturday.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to pay attention to that one. All right, last game. It was a complete beatdown this past Monday. The Colts beat the New Orleans beat the Colts 34-7. I got that on there wrong. Drew Brees broke a couple more records and got it done. They get a Super Bowl this year. Well, let me ask you this. I tweeted it on Monday. You got one game to win. Prime Brees, Prime Manning. Who you playing? I think it's closer than people think.
It really is, because you look at both of them only got one, as great as they are. Both of them got one. Both of them have had their struggles in the playoffs. You had, Breeze. I know 1 year, maybe 2 years, they lost to us in the early 2010, 2012, 2013 range in the playoffs. They lost to us. Here lately, last couple of years, they've been right there. And, they lost to the Vikings and they lost to the Rams last year. So that is interesting. I'm probably still going to take Peyton.
I think I would take Breeze. Crazy, but I think I would take Breeze. Let me ask you a question. I need a real answer too. If everybody in the stadium and the opposing team knows that he's only throwing to Michael Thomas,
he's still gonna get open.
Why can't nobody stop him?
That's like we were saying this week going into week 16, and we know Baltimore gonna run, but they still running for 220 a game. We know Michael Thomas is gonna get 15 targets a game, and you can rest assured he's gonna catch 13 to 14 of them.
That shit makes no sense, because you can bracket and try to take away a wide receiver. They can't do nothing with him.
But there's ways you can get rid of that double team. We talked about Julio Jones, how they moved him to the slot. The Saints move Michael Thomas around a lot.
They do.
And he's really good at his route running. He can, he knows when to recognize a bracket or a zone coverage and break it off. He's always in the right spot, and Drew pinpoint with the accuracy. The ball is hitting him in the chest right there. All he got to do is catch it. I thought about this.
Helped Drew Brees so much with his thumb because he's fresh.
I thought about this, though, last game with the Saints. I want to see what Michael Thomas does with the next quarterback after Drew Brees leaves, because, like I said, Drew Brees putting that ball right where it's supposed to be. That contributes a lot to him having high number of targets and high number of catches. Let's say Teddy Bridgewater is the next quarterback. Teddy Bridgewater's straight, but he ain't Drew Brees. So those balls ain't going to be right there like they've been. And I wonder how his production is going to be affected once Drew is gone. But right now, that connection can't be stopped.
And they really miss Mark Ingram.
They do miss that thump.
They don't run the ball the same. And Alvin Kamara has not had a good – he catches the ball out the backfield, but essentially a small running back is essentially a slot wide receiver. Essentially. If he's not running between the tackles and getting you much on the ground, that's a slot receiver. And they miss the thumper. They really do miss that.
Would have cost them about $5 million to keep him. I think that bit would have been $5 million worth investing. Now,
absolutely. Now they've had some injuries down the stretch too. Some decent ones. So we're gonna see which way it plays with New Orleans for real.
I like them picking up Jack Rabbit.
That was
off waivers.
Very good pickup.
I like them picking
Eli
up
Apple walking penalty.
Yeah, but not only that, see now you got. And Eli Apple's a walking penalty, but he's another kind of nasty, physical type corner, though. Yeah. And you add him, you got Marshawn Lattimore. You got some corners that gonna lay hands on these receivers.
Eli is a great three corner, but not a 2. So he'll be great in that position. Great.
Well, I don't know if he can. Well, I think I see what you're saying, but typically a 3 is your slot corner.
Slot, yeah.
I don't know if he that.
No, I wouldn't put him in the slot.
That's too much. Yeah, that's too much space
out there.
Yeah.
So Janoris Jenkins,
maybe Jack Rabbit could play the slot. I think he could probably play the slot a little bit better than Eli could to get them all all 3 of them on the field at the same time. Otherwise, somebody's going to be odd man out.
Yeah, and with the way teams are going nowadays, going 3 wides in most cases. Well, I guess if you look at the remaining playoff teams, who would do that?
And
Seattle,
the
Green Bay,
NFC.
Y'all don't really go 3 wide a lot, do you?
Nah. We don't have 3 competent wide receivers on the team. I can't say that. Sometimes Sometimes you may see us put Sanders, Debo, and Kendrick Bourne on the field at one time, but mostly it's 2 tight ends and 2 receivers. Or we go because we use a fullback a lot, so it's very rare that we have 3 receivers on the team. I'm not sure if Seattle's going to be capable of doing that now with Josh Gordon not being there.
They got Lockett, Metcalf, and I don't know who the third one is. So yeah.
Dallas, no.
None
Green
of
Bay.
Green Bay's wide receivers scared me outside of Devontae. None of them.
Yeah. Maybe Minnesota can. What's going on with Allen Thielen? Is he healthy?
I think he came back last week, but
okay. You talk about him and Diggs. That's going to be one of the better combos receivers. And I ain't giving Kirk Cousins no MVP awards or nothing, but I'm just thinking about it. Allen Thielen been out for damn near a month now.
Yeah.
And they still been ticking, so that should only help.
Big problem they had though was Cook got hurt again last Sunday.
Oh yeah, he's done, right?
Yeah, they said he's probably not gonna play these last 2 regular season games, but I felt like they rushed him back anyway when he got hurt a couple Mondays ago.
That's gonna be big because I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I'm pretty sure during this good stretch that we're talking about Kirk Cousins having, I'm pretty sure his pass attempts are down around 30 or less.
Yeah.
Without a run game, you're going to start talking about 40, 50 pass attempts again, and that's where trouble can come.
But, yeah, ready to get to these picks?
Yeah, I think we covered pretty much all of the rest of the games. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Let's get into these picks. Now, I'm going to recap Week 15. Now, going into Week 15, because we didn't do a pick show last week. Going into Week 15, I was 2 games up. All right, we had two games that we had head-to-head last week, the Bucks and the Lions. I picked the Bucks. You had the Lions. And then the Texans and the Titans, I took the Texans. So I swept last week. So now I got a 4-game lead with 2 weeks to go.
Shit.
I'm 142, 81, and 1 for 64%. And you are 138, 85, and 1 for 62%. So again, 2 weeks to go. I got a 4-game cushion. Now let's pick these Saturday games. No Thursday games this week, people. Don't be posted up in front of your TV tomorrow looking for a football game. It's not going to be one on. Catch the NBA. It's that time.
I think the Lakers play the Bucks this week. That'll be a good one.
Oddly enough, that game is not on regular TV tomorrow. Don't ask me why, but it's not. Wow. Yeah. Okay, so Saturday. We got 3 games on Saturday. The first one, 1 o'clock. The Texans will be going into Tampa Bay. I think we mentioned that earlier. I think this is a possible trap game for the Texans. We know Jameis can throw 5 picks. He can throw 5 touchdowns, or he can do both. I don't know which Texans team is going to show up. I am going to go out on a limb and take the Bucks in this game.
All right. I was going to do that until I thought about something. That worked out. Give me Houston because they lost Chris Godwin, too. They lost Mike Evans.
Oh, so, damn. You know what?
Only thing he's throwing to is Brashad Perriman. Now, he has looked better, but, yeah, I'll take Houston in that one.
Yeah, you should have probably not told me that because now I'm going to change my pick. Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Hey, I forgot all about Mike Evans, and I didn't know Chris Godwin was out. Yeah, you can miss me on that one. Yeah, I'm not going to give you that game. If you're going to make up this 4-game clip, it's going to have to be another way. I forgot all about that. Yeah, I was going to hand you one then. Appreciate you, homie.
Okay.
But again, it's Houston. So who knows? All right, the second game for 4:30, the Buffalo Bills and the Patriots. It's going to be a good game. It's in New England. What you got?
I got to take Buffalo.
You said you have to take them?
I'm trying to make up these 4.
Okay, all right. I'm going to take Tom Brady and the Patriots. I think the defense will do enough, and the offense can muster up 17 to 20 points on a couple of short fields. I'm going to take the Patriots there. And the last of the Saturday games will be my Niners hosting the Rams. Hopefully we can get back on track. I think Richard Sherman is practicing. I know D4 is not playing this week. my other corner, K'Wan Williams, he should be out of concussion protocol, and he should be back on the field this week. Of course, you know who I'm taking. You're taking the Rams to come in and get us.
I don't trust that shit at all. I'm gonna take the 49ers.
We could be right for the picking.
Nah, it seemed like it, but you coming off a loss, and I don't trust the Rams.
Yeah, I think we'll be focused. Like you said, coming off how we played last week, kind of crappy.
Now, hopefully
I think
you're not looking ahead.
Last week should have told us not to look ahead to anything. I think we come out focused and definitely play up to potential this week. Again, we should get some pieces back. That was a big part. I think we should win this game. Next up, all right. So that's it for the Saturday games. Next up, the 1 o'clock Sunday slot. Oh, this is going to be a trash ass game. Fight for the number one spot. We got the Dolphins hosting the Bengals. Give me the Dolphins.
Yeah, give me Dolphins.
Okay. Matter of fact, let me try. What's the I'm not going to change my pick, and I'm just trying to see what the standings are because I know Cincinnati's only won one game.
It's Cincinnati, the Giants.
Oh, the Miami's won 3 games, so this ain't really a fight for the number one spot. But
no.
Okay, so we both taking the Dolphins there. Okay. All right. Next up, we got the Steelers going into the Jets. The Steelers are in a must-win situation. I want to call this a trap game, but you down to your third or fourth quarterback, so I guess I really can't call it a trap game with Duck as the quarterback, can I?
I feel like they're playing with house money, but they're too close to the playoffs to where you can sit there and say if we don't make it, we were short. They got to win this game, and it's a trap. But I'm going to take Pittsburgh.
Okay.
I need to see what the weather report looks like, but yeah.
With the what? Oh, the weather?
I'd like to see what the weather looks like, but I don't expect Duck. Now, did you see the end of that game?
Not really.
Okay, because the last play, Tomlin was saying, clock it. And Duck called the play. He kept running the play and threw that last pick. So I'm thinking
okay. I think I might have saw that.
I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit more under control. They're going to run the hell out of the ball this weekend. 20, 25 times at the most he'll throw the ball.
Yeah, I think this is a game for T.J. Watt and Pittsburgh's defense.
Yeah.
Turn Sam Darnold over a couple of times, give Duck a short field and a couple of extra opportunities. Pittsburgh should win this game. Another trash-ass game. New York Giants coming into Washington to play the Redskins. Now, I saw today Daniel Jones is back practicing and he's back on track to play. What the fuck for?
Why? Get Eli them last 2 games.
Let him have him. You are 2-11? No, 3-11. Why is Daniel Jones playing?
Fuck up your draft pick. Let Eli play. I'm gonna take the Giants.
I'm taking the Giants. Okay. I am taking the Redskins. Next up, we got your Panthers going into the Colts. The Colts, they pretty much got to have this. Are they already out of playoffs? They 2 games back with 2 games to go. I guess they have a small outside chance. But, yeah, they pretty much got to win this game. I'm going to take them over y'all. I know Will Greer is starting this week. I think he should have been starting the last 2 weeks at least. Easily. But at least he's finally going to get in there, get to see what he can do for these last 2 weeks.
Give me the Colts. It's on the road. Young guy ain't never played. Yeah. The Colts.
Gotcha. Makes sense. All right. Another divisional matchup. These last 2 weeks should probably be a lot of divisional matchups. That's how the league has set it up these last couple of years. Only problem is if these divisions ain't competitive, these games end up being trash at the end of the year. And that's what we've got here. The Ravens going into Cleveland. The Ravens are going to have some motivation, though. They got to right one of their losses. They got to avenge one of their losses, rather. So I got them to beat Cleveland in Cleveland this week.
Yeah, I don't have no faith in Baker Mayfield and that shit they got going on up there. I'm more upset about the fact that they saying they want to stick with Freddie.
I think yeah. Part of me feels they kind of have to.
I mean,
you can't keep changing coaches every year. And if you went in knowing that some of this stuff could arise because he's never been a coach before, you can't really act like it's a surprise when it actually happened.
No, you can't. But damn, dog, you don't make the PE teacher the principal of the school. That just
you know,
I,
you
I
know,
you can't reset. You can't. But this just
you
don't seem
can't.
like it.
There's been times where at a job or two, I was thrown into a managerial role because of some things that happened, and I probably wasn't qualified at the time, but I kind of grew into it. Took my lumps, learned the ins and outs, and ended up being very great at it. I ain't gonna say Freddie Kitchens is gonna be Bill Belichick, but maybe after a year of the fuckery, maybe he can come next year. Maybe they can actually be a football team. It won't be no talk around them next year, in regards to all of the wins and all of that. So maybe that's why they would keep him. I don't know. But neither one of us is taking them in this game, though, right?
No, Baker will throw 3 picks in this game.
There you go. All right. The Jacksonville Jaguars are coming to the ATL to take on the Falcons. And this will be the game that the Falcons lose just because they beat the 49ers last week. They'll turn around and lose to Jacksonville and Garner Minshew.
You taking Jacksonville?
I kind of want to because last couple of years, Titans, I want to say the Colts too.
Buffalo came in there, Miami.
Buffalo, Cincinnati. The Falcons have trouble with a few of these weak AFC teams coming until they build it for some reason. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Falcons. For some reason, they're gonna be winning. They're gonna go on a win streak here at the last part of the season, fuck up their draft slot, and even possibly, nah. I'm gonna say maybe they even save Dan Quinn's job, which would be even more fucked up long term.
I think they're gonna save it. What are they? 5-9? They go there hard, 7-9 into the season.
Stop.
They're gonna save his job, dog. Everything we thought was gonna happen 2-3 weeks ago, I don't know half that shit gonna happen now.
Arthur Blank can't stay with him, man. He can't, right?
Hey, Matt Ryan was on the radio yesterday talking about we doing everything we can to help DQ, trying to keep him around. What? Let them go 7-9.
Hey, that'll be a good thing for your Panthers and everybody else in that division.
It wouldn't surprise me. I swear it wouldn't surprise me. Because if they were going to fire him, they should have fired him after either the bye or that Thanksgiving game. They should have fired him then.
Yeah, the only reason I think they didn't because not Dan Quinn, Arthur Blank is a nice guy.
So you see how far that nice stuff gets you.
I think he wait until the end of the year. I think he'll let him finish the year and then let him go. But you taking the Jaguars in this game?
No, sir. I'm taking it. I was hoping you were going to throw me a lob.
I honestly don't think that one would be a lob.
I don't think. No, not in Atlanta. I mean, they got 2 games left. They're going to rise up. Everybody going to have their red and shit on.
Ain't nobody going to them damn games no more.
They'll go with you.
Them tickets on Groupon.
They sure are. I started to go to the Carolina game for next to nothing.
Like $12 for the 100 section.
Yeah, not a good look.
All right, so we both taking the Falcons there. All right, next up we got the Saints going into Tennessee to take on the Titans. Titans definitely need to win. Saints really need to. They got to win too because they're trying to keep in position for home field advantage that first round. What's that?
It's on the road. I thought it was
for the Saints. Oh no, they've had the last 2. I know the last 2, maybe the last 3 games have been at home, so it's time for them to hit the road.
Give me Tennessee.
Taking Tennessee. All right, I think it's going to be a very tough game, but I'm gonna take the Saints. I'm gonna take the Saints in this game. This seems like one of them games where the weather might be nasty. Drew Brees actually have a couple of turnovers. The Saints don't look like the Saints. But I think they still find a way to pull it out if they can find a way to stop them.
How that Hawk affects old people. Gonna get in his arm, he gonna get tight. Ball gonna be throwing them dead birds again.
That's true. And I want to see this matchup because I really like what I'm seeing out of A.J. Brown. I have not given him – I meant to give him a shout-out. Big body receiver. He doing his thing down there. So I'm going to look forward to him and Marshawn Lattimore matching up this weekend. But I'm going to take the Saints. All right, so we got an AFC West matchup that does not matter because the Raiders are trash and so are the Chargers. Chargers are at home. I'm going to take the Chargers.
Yeah, I guess. Just because they're at home and they're limping to the end.
And that's I guess we'll save it for next week and the week after. But this was looking promising and looking like a surefire deal that David Carr was going to be back next year. 4 straight losses, fans booing. Yeah, we'll see.
Right.
We'll see how that goes. All right, so we both taking the Chargers there. Next up, another game, trash. Detroit Lions taking on the Broncos. Who you got?
Denver.
I'm going to take Denver as well. No Matthew Stafford, which there should be no reason that he comes back on the football field this year.
They finally put him on IR today, finally.
Oh, okay. I was like, Detroit, man. Like you said, they decided 5 minutes before the game, you know what, his back's broke. Maybe he shouldn't play.
Right.
Yeah, okay. I'm taking the Broncos there, especially in Denver. Seahawks they gotta watch the Cardinals coming into their house. These divisional matchups sometimes can be a trap game, but I'm gonna take the Seahawks.
Yeah, give me Seattle. I don't trust them going on the road to the 12.
Okay. All right. One of the games of the week. NFC East showdown that I think everybody's been waiting for the last couple of weeks. Just to see who's gonna fall on their face last. Cowboys going into Philly. Take on the Eagles. Now, since you're trying to catch up games, I'll pick first. I know a couple of weeks I said Philly gonna win this game. I can't trust them.
Can't trust it.
I can't do it. Sorry, Kane and Ice. I can't do it. I gotta take the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I gotta take the Cowboys in this game.
And it's amazing how things go where you end up having to go back to what you know. Dak, hurting his hand or whatever, they fed Zeke.
That works out in most cases when you feed Zeke.
Yeah, so I can't see them. Now the game is in Philly, but I don't believe they have enough to get it done. I just don't. So
yeah,
Dallas.
I'm gonna take Dallas. Chiefs going into Chicago Sunday night game. Could this be a trap game for the Chiefs? Now, Trubisky has been playing better lately, possibly because Matt Nagy has figured out maybe I should call plays that kind of fits him.
How about that?
The Bears' defense, maybe they have awakened a little bit for this last little stretch run of the season, even though they're not going anywhere. Chiefs' defense has been playing better. They should be able to shut down Trubisky and them, but we'll see. Who you got in this game? Could this be a trap for the Chiefs?
Nah, Chiefs by 14 at least.
Okay. I got them by, I don't know what the spread is. I'll take them by a touchdown. I don't know 14, but I like the Chiefs.
I just don't believe that Trubisky's going to be able to put up the points to keep up with them.
Yeah, that's going to be a struggle.
That's the problem.
My thought is, though, if the Bears defense plays like Bears defense can play, then maybe they can keep it close.
They did good with Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers Aaron Rodgers don't have a full clip that Mahomes has. With all them dudes running them crossing routes, everybody fast. You got Kelsey in the middle. It's a whole lot of shit going on out there when you play in Kansas City.
That's true. That is true. Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, the Packers in an NFC North matchup in the last Monday night game of the year, people, 2 days before Christmas, will be going into Minnesota to take on Kirk with a K. Cousins and the Vikings. I believe in Kirk for this game at least.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna take Green Bay.
Okay. So you're gonna try to get all of them back in 1 week.
I want to go into next week
tied
and tweet my shit knowing that everything's on the table. Isn't that what happened last week? I think that's what happened last week. We ended up tied, I believe.
Something like that. But so this week, all right, so we got the Patriots and the Bills different. I'm taking the Patriots. You are taking the Bills. I'm taking the Redskins. You got the Giants. That's 2 games. You are taking the Titans at home. I got the Saints. And that's the 4th game is the Packers, which you are taking, in the Vikings. So we got right at 4 games different this week. Again, I got a 4-game cushion. I just need 2 of them.
That's all.
I just need 2 of them.
Only one I'm not solid on is Buffalo. I think I can. Well, New Orleans too.
I mean, a couple of these games can go either way. There's a few games I could have picked differently. We could have had like 6 or 7 games different, but I like what I got. I like what I got right there. The only one I'm not really sure on is the Redskins Giants.
I like what
the
I've been
Red.
seeing from the Redskins lately. I like what I've been seeing. They're
Yeah,
playing hard.
they're still the Redskins.
They still are. That's a damn.
So,
Did you know that they had benched Josh Norman for like the last 3 games? He just got to play.
it's only been 3 games. I know he had gotten benched.
Yeah, and as soon as they let him play, what'd he do? Give up
burnt.
game-winning touchdown.
Hey
move
man,
to safety. Just move to safety. It's cool.
Or go to the crib.
Yeah, one or the other. Don't do commentating though. Don't.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be his forte.
Joe Burrow won the Heisman. Turn up.
Yeah, landslide vote. I think Jalen Hurts was second, right?
I believe so. And Jalen would have won had they went undefeated, but that TCU loss that took him out of the driver's seat to me.
Gotcha. College playoffs. I saw Oklahoma got 3 players suspended for the semifinal game against LSU. I think only one of them is a starter though. So we'll see how that affects the game. But we got a couple of weeks before that game, so we don't have to make a prediction on those right now. Even though I think we already did. I think we already kind of we did. We did already kind of put our predictions out there. But we'll talk about it again once the semifinals get closer. But what
Georgia
else?
Got the number 6 class. We always somewhere around there. I had a boxing question for you.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about Anthony Joshua helping Tyson Fury get ready for the fight with Wilder? Because he said that he knew he can get a fight with Fury, but he couldn't come to an agreement with Wilder.
Anthony Joshua is weak.
That doesn't make sense to me. If I'm end up fighting you at some point, I'm gonna help you spar to beat this dude so we can fight later on. That sounds real damn stupid to me.
Anthony Joshua is a scaredy cat. He don't want to come outside.
Yeah, because he said, we get this. If he gets this win, that title fight will be in England. It'll be awesome.
And what's crazy about it is, and I've said it, technically Anthony Joshua is a better boxer than Deontay Wilder, but he don't have that dog. He ain't got the heart. You know what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder, he not the most technically sound dude, never has been. He's getting better in some things, but he's straight street fight, pretty much. He just coming in there swinging. A couple of these fights recently that he's won, if you would have looked at the scorecards at that point in time, he's probably losing the fight.
Right.
But that one hitter quitter is the equalizer all day. And I think
I just couldn't imagine if it's 3 dudes who are competing. I can't imagine 2 of them saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna help you beat him so we can fight later on." I ain't never heard no shit like that before.
Cats over in London different, man. You know what I'm saying, mate? Well, that's Australian, but you get it. Boxing. Something else come up in boxing. I can't remember what it was, so I ain't gonna stretch my mind right now. What else you got, homie? NBA is really kicking into gear. We got Christmas games we know next week.
Yeah.
Are they flexing to go? I know they've been flexing Golden State out of national televised games, but are they flexing them out of the Christmas game though? I
hope.
I don't think they are because there's nobody else playing on Christmas.
So they still playing Golden State? I'm sorry, playing Houston?
Yeah, I mean there's no other games that day.
Oh, we talked about that on that side chat the other day. Harden gonna have 55, 60 in that game. With some green shoes on, because can't nobody guard him from Golden State. So yeah.
Yeah. All right, people. We're finna get up out of here. We appreciate y'all tuning in as always. Damn, it's a lot of NBA games on the docket today. We appreciate y'all tuning in as always. Again, check out this episode, which is episode 206. Check us out on Spreaker or iTunes if you prefer the podcast platforms. If you'd like to look at our ugly ass faces, again, just check us out on the YouTube channel. No matter your preference, just search AA Sportscast, straight sports, no chaser, and you will find each and every one of our episodes. We download these things to you guys and post them on social media once or twice a week, depending on what that week is looking like. Football's going to be coming to an end here shortly, so we'll probably be rearranging our schedule a little bit. to account for the holidays and basketball coming up. We definitely will be getting into that.
Oh well, shit, we probably ain't gonna be back here till after the first of the year.
Yeah, I say we'll have to see. Y'all keep an eye on the Twitter feed at AA Sportscast. Keep an eye on my Twitter handle, Diego Barish. Uncle Hate, tell them where to reach you at on social media with any questions.
At RK6000, holla at me. I talk sports.
Okay, so just keep up with us there, and we'll be letting y'all know what our plans are for the next couple weeks. With these games falling on different days, holidays, and things like that. Y'all know how it is. It's always hectic. So we'll see. It might be a couple weeks before y'all actually see us, but you'll hear from us in some form or fashion. Yes, all right. Sir. We finna get up out of here again. We appreciate y'all tuning in. As always, for your boy Uncle Hate, for your boy Diego Barishnikov, we are AA Sports. Straight sports, no goddamn chaser. Y'all have a Merry Christmas, safe and happy holiday season. Y'all be out. Peace.